There's a neighborhood in San Francisco that you might not know about that has a small town feel. It has one of the best main streets in San Francisco, easy access to everything, and homes that people hold on to for decades. In today's video, I'm gonna show you what West Portal is all about. Number one, first, I'll start off talking about what actually is West Portal. West Portal is a residential neighborhood sitting on the west central section of San Francisco. It sits at the western entrance of the Twin Peaks Tunnel, which is actually where it got its name, West Portal. It borders Forest Hill, Inner Sunset, and St. Francis Wood. Geographically, it's well positioned. You're relatively close to everything without being in the middle of the chaos. The thing that defines West Portal more than its location is its feel. Here's the best way I can describe it. It feels like a small town that happens to exist in one of the most expensive cities in the world. It's the kind of place where many recognize each other. You might run into your neighbors at the local coffee shop. Many business owners here know their regulars. There's a sense of community here that you might not find in most of San Francisco. West Portal is different. It has a groundness to it that's rare in this city. Once people tend to experience that, it's something that they don't want to give up. Hey everyone, by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name's Alex Epstein and I'm a lifelong San Franciscan and realtor here in the Bay Area. If you're considering buying, selling, investing, or even renting your home in or around San Francisco, I'd be more than happy to help you. Please feel free to reach out to me at my contact information below. And with that being said, let's get back into it. And next, we're gonna speak about West Portal Avenue, which is the main street. The center of everything in West Portal is West Portal Avenue. I want to spend some real time here because it is one of the best main streets in San Francisco that many don't talk about. It's walkable, local, and not overly trendy or trying too hard. This is the kind of street where you can find businesses that have been here for many years, sometimes even decades. Fortunately, you have almost all your daily needs that can be met on this street. Coffee, grocery, a pharmacy, restaurants for every mood, a bar, a candy shop, and a thrift store. There's also an art school, a library, a church, and a movie theater that used to anchor the street. This is a street for the residents who actually live in the community. It's not meant to be a tourist destination or a place for tech workers to go and look for the newest things. Now let's talk about the food and drink scene here because it's one of the things that makes it so livable day to day. You can start your morning here at Ballast Coffee. This is a solid neighborhood coffee shop where you can go, sit down, get some work done, meet a friend, and not have to wait in line down the block to get in. For pizza, you have a few great options on the street. To begin with, you have Goat Hill Pizza. If you've been a resident of San Francisco for any amount of time, you've probably heard of it. It's been around for decades and has earned its reputation. They also have a second location in Potrero Hill that I used to visit because they had an all-you-can-eat pizza night. And then there's Mozzarella di Bufalo, which is a special spot for me personally. My godfather used to order me pizza from there when I'd come to visit him. And lastly, you have Original Joe's. This is another classic San Francisco establishment with multiple locations. If you haven't been, I highly recommend you go because it delivers on everything you can expect and more. For more Italian, you've got the Golden Mirror restaurant, which is on Terravel. This is another classic Italian restaurant that has a more full menu. Elena's is one of the most interesting spots on the street. It's a new Mexican restaurant that has built quite a following in the neighborhood. I haven't been there yet personally, but I've heard that the atmosphere there is impeccable. It's not quite like something you'd find anywhere else in the city. I'm going to butcher the name here, but another highly spoken about restaurant in West Portal right now is Cow Chew, which is a Thai spot. It's very popular, well reviewed, and if you like Thai food, I highly recommend you check it out. Before visiting, keep in mind that it is very popular, so expect to wait in line. For drinks, you have the Dubliner Bar, which is a neighborhood bar in its best sense. It's a local bar where the neighborhood comes together. It's not pretentious, and it's not a craft cocktail bar trying to be something that it's not. It's a great place to come and see people in the community or watch sports. For dessert lovers, there's Shaw's Candy. This is where you come for candy or ice cream right along the main street. What else do you need? If you have kids, they'll love this place, and if you don't, then you'll probably love this place. For sandwiches, you can go to Submarine Center, which has been here for a long time. It's not the cheapest, but if you get the largest sandwich, you might be able to get 2 meals out of it. I know I've just listed a lot of things, but there's even more beyond that. That's why I think this street is one of the most underspoken about places in the entire city. And next, we're gonna speak about the parks, schools, and community. One of the things that makes a neighborhood truly livable is the infrastructure behind the community. West Portal easily checks that box. For green space, you have West Portal Park. This isn't like Dolores Park, which is a destination that people travel from other neighborhoods to. It's truly a neighborhood park. With that being said, it's a great place to walk your dog, bring your kids, or run into others from the community. In a city where outdoor space is a premium, it's nice having that in your neighborhood. For families, Waldorf High School is located here. There's also St. Cecilia Church, which has been in the community for a very long time. These are places that create continuity, and there's a reason why people feel rooted here. The West Portal Branch Library is also right in the community. Easy access to one of these public resources might not seem like a lot to you, but once you have kids or use it regularly, it will be. And then there's Artworks. This is an art school on the main street. I actually went there myself when I was younger. It's been in the neighborhood for a long time, and it's one of those things that you don't appreciate until you get to use it. The fact that there's a dedicated art school for kids right off the main street in the community says something. It's worth noting, and it makes West Portal feel complete. Next, we're gonna speak about transportation and the West Portal Station Advantage. This is one of the most underappreciated parts about West Portal. If you care about getting around in the city without a car, this is a huge advantage. West Portal Station is right here. It's a Muni metro hub with multiple lines that run through it. You have the K, L, and M lines. That means that from West Portal, you can get to downtown super easily. You can also easily get yourself to the Castro, Embarcadero, or Civic Center. Here, you have genuine transit connectivity that many others don't experience in other neighborhoods in the city. Here's what makes this so compelling. You're living in a neighborhood that feels like a small town. You'll experience quiet streets, people who know each other, and a walkable main street. And then you can walk 5 minutes and you're on a Muni line that will take you right to the heart of downtown San Francisco. For buyers that are thinking about quality of life long term, this is a huge plus. You're not choosing between being connected to the city and living somewhere that's isolated. Here you get the best of both worlds. Quick pause here. If you're finding this video helpful, please click that like button. All right, so now let's talk about my favorite subject, which is real estate. If you're watching this video and thinking about what it's like to buy in West Portal, you need to understand what the market actually looks like here. The median home price for a single family home here is right about $2 million. To give you a sense of the range, within the last 6 months, single family homes here have sold anywhere from as low as $1.8 million on the low end to $3.2 million on the high end. Most transactions are right around that $2 to $3 million mark. The condo market here is much thinner because of the low inventory, but they typically range from $900,000 to $1.2 million. For San Francisco standards, this is an accessible price range given the level of the neighborhood. Now there's more activity here than its neighbor St. Francis would, but it's still a thin market. There's been around 8 closed sales within the last 6 months. There's low turnover here, and it's still one of those neighborhoods that when something comes up that's well priced, it still attracts a ton of attention. What this means practically for buyers is that when the right property comes up, you need to be able to move on it quickly. There's real competition here, and it's not a market where you can take your time deliberating whether or not you want to move forward. I'll be honest about who this neighborhood makes the most sense for. If you're looking for a walkable main street, easy transit, a real community feel, and you have the budget for a single family home in the low to mid $2 million range or a condo in the $1 million range, then West Portal should absolutely be on your list. If you're a first-time home buyer on a tighter budget, it might look aspirational for now, but it's worth looking at and understanding for a long-term target. The neighborhood has everything that tends to hold value over time. If you're thinking about buying in San Francisco and want to go over your specific situation, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to walk through the math with you and help you determine what's best for you. Feel free to reach out at the contact information below. Like this video if it was helpful, and if you want more real estate videos like this, it would mean the world to me if you would please subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.